In the last episode, I started a mail service along the cross-country line, finally completing the major freight project at Haltwhistle. Now I'm turning my attention to the missing link at Towcester, such a big town with such a poor rail connection. Let's do something about that. Hey everyone, it's M4J here and welcome back to From Steam to Electricity here on Transport Fever 2. First things first, my throat is fixed. I know the last couple of episodes, he says as he clears his throat immediately. The last couple of episodes I struggled somewhat at the end, so apologies for that. All better now. It's like a week later. I have been recording other things but nowhere near as bad as I was last week, so I think I'm all good. We're over here at Haltwhistle. That engine whistled at just the right time. Between episodes then, I built this, which is a little branch. I think I said I was going to do this as part of the reconfiguring of Haltwhistle Freight Terminal and then just didn't. But this is the little sawmill station, which is connected to the truck stop here. And we now have planks and logs being transported on this line. So the train is picking up logs from here, bringing them over to here, then picking up planks from here and bringing them back here. So we now have a better supply of planks. I can't remember how much of this I did on camera as well, but basically Haltwhistle suburbs is good to go on this side at least. On the other side, there's still a little bit of work that needs doing, but I wanted to see how big this got before I committed to this. To be honest, I think I can just go ahead and just build a road straight across here now and get going on that. The main road here is all good as well, and the other thing, which I am surprised I didn't do before actually, was going to be this road here was going to link directly into this road here. I'm not quite sure why I didn't do that, because I could still do that now. Build this from here across to there, and then just have this road do something else. I don't know what. And then this can form the main road that will eventually run along here and, you know, link up to Warwick and beyond. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't do that. Anyway, we're not worried about that today. Today we're worried about something much more important. The Haltwhistle Y is basically complete. Everything about it is awesome. We've got the mail platform in. We've got the mail service up and running. We've got the central station here as well. And over here at the freight terminal, you might have already seen, it is absolutely rammed with different goods. We've got food, we've got planks, we've got construction materials, we've got tools, we've got coffee beans, not berries, we've got machines, and we've got goods. It's very, very busy. We're making a nice amount of money now. As you can see, huge profit. This will pick up as well. Even the boats are starting to make money again, which is very exciting indeed. Although these passenger ones, the less said about that, the better. It's fine. We are transporting some people, just not many. And in terms of connecting up the goods factory over here as well, it's all hunky-dory and making money, which is very exciting indeed. Today it's the turn of Towcester. If I follow the cross-country line all the way over here, the town of Towcester is a little underserved. We've got the we've got the Towcester Y over here, which is producing quite a lot of traffic, and we've got the bus line that runs through the town. But besides that, it's a little bit meh, I think, right now. And today I want to change that. So the first thing I want to do is build a brand new station in Towcester. But before anyone gets too upset and starts mourning, we are not removing the old one, and you'll see why in just a moment. So I'm going to build a straight-ish road down like this. I'm then going to connect these streets to that road. So we're going to have one there like that. We're going to have one here like this. This road is going to connect across like so. You're going to connect across like this. You get the idea. That one's already starting to grow, which is lovely. We're going to put that one there. You're going to come straight across like that. Here, I think you might just come around like this actually and connect up, because that's fine. If I can do this without removing buildings, yep, that's awesome too. Connect you up onto this side like this. I think this one here will just go straight down, but we need to leave this open, and you'll see why that is in a moment as well. That's not right. That's right. There we go. Anything else we could connect up? Oh yeah, these ones. So we're going to connect up here. I've got to be careful with how I build this one though. Again, you'll see why in just a second. Okay, new station is going to be built on this. Right here. Which is very exciting. We're going to make this quite big as well. I'm trying to think of how to actually build this. I think I've got an idea in my head. It's very much a case of let's build it in C. So first things first, I'm going to build this out on the level like so. We're then going to build this out on the level. I'm going to build it out a little bit further. You're then going to connect to that like that, and then we're going to remove that. This is going to be our main station building. So let's get that in. One of these. Track type, we want bullhead. Track count, we just want a single one. Platform length, we don't want any overhead either. Platform length, I think we want it to be at least 200. Width is, I mean 10 is actually okay for this one, I think. Maybe even 15 or 20. Spin it round. No, I think 10. Radius we're going to leave as... Actually, length here we're going to have it as 140. Basically the length of that street. Era A. Don't have a platform building, which is a little annoying. So I'm going to kind of have to do some trial and error here. It's fine. So we're going to build you probably here. I think everything there is fine. Yeah. Now we're going to configure entry. We want a... No, that's a medium. We want a large. Yeah, straight away, no room. That's typical, isn't it? Let's build this out. We'll worry about the room in a second. So we're just going to do that. Right, back to this. We're going to pin this because we're going to be in and out of it a lot. So you are going to sit there. We're then going to have side entries either side of that. And then we're going to have medium side entries either side of that. So now we know where this station building is going to go. So we can come across. Interesting that this is now elevated above. I guess that's fine. Let's for now then redo this. So here, yeah, you're going to go across like that. And then this side the same. And then now these will connect up like this and like this. Excellent. In terms of bus and truck, actually, because we're going to need a truck stop over here as well. We'll come back and visit that in just a second, I think. But I think both are going to be built inside this, maybe with a big one-way system. Just looking to see how that would work. That's actually a very good point. How would that work? I think what we would do is something like this. Other way around. Yeah, I need it to not snap. And then you come in this way. I think. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe we'll build them either side. That might make more sense, actually. Anyway, in terms of this, what we're going to do here, tracks, this, place, geometry, radius, and I want this to start turning. And to be honest, I could actually do this a little bit sooner. So let's remove that one. Can't really remove that one yet. I can remove... Oh, I didn't know you could do that. That's clever. That's very clever. Okay. Radius here then. So I want this one to start turning. Not massively. Maybe like this. He says. That's actually quite massive. But I guess that's fine. Actually, that is a bit much. Just needs to be a tiny amount. This is what I was afraid of. Doing this on camera was... I'm going to mess it up. Let's go with that. I think all of these other ones I've built using this method so far have been built off camera. It's also the fact I can't remove tracks in the center now, which kind of goes against the design I wanted to do for this station, but we'll live with it. So you're going to do this. Oh, no, you're going to be straight again. Here. How do I guess it's that one, right? No. Hang on. There is a way of doing this. Is it the reference modifier? Yeah. No. No. Ah. This is what I was afraid of, everybody. Okay. How do I make you now go straight? Is there just a button? Ah, is it that? Yeah, okay. That's fine. That's a lot easier than I thought. Cool. This side then, we're going to do something similar. Again, can't remove that, but I can remove that. What's the curve going to be like on this one? I think it's going to be a little bit sharper, actually. Not ridiculous, but a little bit more. Yeah. Or at least part of it is, maybe. I had an idea in my head for how I wanted this to look, and then I came on the game and realised that Towcester wasn't actually laid out the way I imagined. Which, I think we've all done that, right? Turns out it's not what we remember. I think we're going to do it a bit like this. Sure. I can't remember what length this is now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I need one more here. There we go. And then from here... yeah, you're not connected anymore. So let's just make sure that that's stuck to that. I think this is all now connected. Excellent. So that's the basic layout here for this. These are platforms 1 and 2, obviously. Like so. Now we're going to have... let me think about this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then here, obviously, this is all going to be like this. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now what I wanted was terminus platforms in the middle. So this track here up to this point would be a bay platform, and then the same on this side. But I don't know. Now looking at it, I feel like having them on this bit might actually make more sense. The idea is that trains coming off the Y here would swing around this way and terminate in this platform, or this way. But I don't think we need both. I think we only need one. But I do like the idea of having that be in the middle still. So I think what I'm going to do, again, just check that these are connected. Yeah. Oh, internal error. That's not what we like to see. Four. And then 5. Maybe I'll do one more for safety, because these trains might get quite long one day. There we are. So that's 6 things long. And then for this, we can do something like this. So we'll put another track next to this first one. Again, just check that these are in fact referencing one another. I don't think I need to do this. The ballast is sort of displaying the fact that it is working, but still. Also, it'd probably be better here if I built from the other end. Like so. The annoying thing is, I wanted to build a couple of crossovers here. Already I feel like I've done this wrong. Trying to think of a way that I could build it with reference. Okay, I've got an idea. We'll let the autosave do its thing. There may be a cut in this video somewhere. We'll see. How long have I been going? 16 minutes. That's not too bad. And actually, the new PC is making this a lot easier to work with this mod as well. The old PC, I'd be waiting like 5 minutes every time I place down a module. So that's good. Because we don't need platforms this long. Even once the station grows and we get longer trains coming through, we can actually extend the outer edges rather than here. So I think what I'm going to do, that's this end, of course it's this end. Why would it not be this end? Because yeah, I can't remove any of those middle pieces there, which is kind of annoying. I think it's any piece that has something attached to it can't be removed. Which, as I say, is less than convenient. Alright, there we go. Now, eventually, I want to remove this center bit as well, which probably means redoing all of this, which is also very annoying. Because this is going to be where our crossovers are. It's actually very, very, very annoying that I can't remove those now. Yeah. Let's just, for now, do this. Actually, I still can't remove those. Now I can. Ah, but I can't remove those ones. Ooh. That's very frustrating, actually. So this here is going to be part of a platform, for sure. Because we can't have it not now be part of a platform. 4 and 5. So the crossover is actually going to be here now. Which I guess is also fine. Like, I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. Width modifier, I need to add 5 meters to this. Which is this direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that's now 10. Yep, good. This actually needs to come out one further still, which is also fine. This end obviously will come out a little bit further, but it will be curved. I need to put the large entrance back in, which I think was there. Maybe it was there. It was there. You there, and you there. You there, and can't put that in yet. Which again is also fine. Okie dokie. So over here then, we need to put another pair of tracks in, or another set of tracks. Then there's going to be a gap, obviously. Now here, we need to put another platform in, but I think here is where we're going to start curving again. Now you can't curve a platform, which isn't irritating. If I put the track in, can I curve the track and the platform will follow? You're the wrong end. I guess we're going to have to do it like this. Which is fine. That's way too curved. I think it does actually say what the radius is. I'm just not reading it. Doesn't help that they all overlap one another as well. A tooltip would be useful for that, but it's me being very critical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So as I say, the crossovers are going to be in this gap here. Did it say internal error here? Okie dokie. And then here, actually here things are going to be very interesting. I kind of want this one to carry on straight. But now I can't build that off. Oh, I can if I do that. Okay. And that's kind of a reference maker. And I'm hoping I can come back and actually remove... Yeah, this one. Okay. Yeah, that's going to be the layout of my platform there. And then here, 1, 2, 3. This side is going to be easy. And to be honest, I need this to carry on coming out a little bit further. Same with that one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then this will be number 7. Like that. I think this is going to work still. With what I have in mind. I'm going to leave that centerpiece there in place. And then there's going to be a junction here where one track comes around this side and one track goes straight ahead. This one is going to be for the main line from Uckfield. And then this one is going to be the branch line from Towcester that is continuing through the station and not terminating. That's the plan. That's what we're trying to do here. Hopefully that all makes sense. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this side, we've got the first 3 pieces in place. Are we going to do the same thing with the curve? And I think the answer here is going to be no. We're not going to have these 2 tracks separate from one another. There's also the small matter of the bay platform is going to be in here. So we need to make sure that that comes in okay. So let's build this first. Again, make sure it is actually connected. Yep. You should be fine. Yep. Internal error. Ugh, sorry. Last thing we want is the PC to explode. So yeah, after all that, this platform here is actually going to be dead straight, which I'm okay with. Like, deliberately designing this station, I don't know why I'd turn into a cartoon character then, but deliberately designing this station to be as asymmetrical as possible is the goal. That's what I'm trying to achieve here. So you're going to see some things that are in no way uniform, in no way symmetrical, in no way planned, basically. And that's the idea, is to tell the story of this station. It was built in stages. Every time a new branch line was added, or you know, the goods yard was expanded or something like that, the platforms were consolidated or expanded or moved, or you name it. And we end up with this magnificent creation. Yeah. So this is going to be the the bay platforms. I could extend them the full length, actually. To be honest, the more I'm looking at this, the more I'm thinking... at the end here, we will do just a tiny little curve. So like literally one tick. Maybe 2 ticks. Like so. Yeah. And then I guess we'll just extend these ones out here to match. And then you and you. And there we are. And this one, like so. And like so. Okie dokie. And then this area is the infill. This is probably going to mess up the platform numbering, but I'm less fussed about that. This is almost like a second concourse at this point. There we are. Right. Now for this side. Now, yeah, I think this side... just imagining how this is going to function. So this platform here... platform 3, I guess it would be, or maybe 2. I don't know. But this is going to form the southbound express services, or direct services, but it's also going to form the eastbound trains that are coming through and onto the Y. So that's why, or at least this platform is, and then it will cross over here, and then it will use this switch. So that's why it's designed like this. If that makes any sense. And then over here, we'll have a pair of tracks that are basically just services heading north towards Stowmarket and beyond. So then these ones here, as a result of that, can actually start to curve a little more drastically. Not hugely, but a little more drastically. Because these ones are also designed to link up to the Y as well as the main line. And the main line here, I think, is actually going to come down maybe through this gap here. And then the Y connection is going to be... it's quite a tight curve, admittedly, but it's going to form around the town like that. So I need a platform that can do that, essentially. So here, I think we're going to bring it out like this. Because we only need 4 sections? Yeah, 4 sections if we're going to make it 7 either side. But I did say it's not going to be uniform, so maybe this side I'll just be evil and make it 6. And have it like that. And then these ones will connect onto this. I think that's too much of a curve, though. I think I'm just creating headaches for myself down the line. Pun fully intended. What's reset? It's that, isn't it? I think from here, I did it 4 ticks before. Maybe I'll just do it 3. That was literally 4 again, wasn't it? So that's 1. That's 2. That's 3. There we go. Okie dokie. That should be fine. And then here, you connect to you. And we'll just check that that is connected. Yep. And then this one. Right. There we go. And then we'll add these in, and yeah, the station will start to form from this. I'm almost tempted to just build this section of the station now get trains running into it, and then come back and mess around with everything else. I don't know. Again, that's how it would be. You build a station, you get trains running, and then over time you come back and you fiddle around with it and try and make it better. How much space have I left myself here? It's 3 modules, isn't it? Am I actually able to remove... No, can't remove any of those. I think it's because this, or at least this track here, was the base station. But I'm pretty certain I've given myself enough room here to build crossovers, particularly now that the game allows triple junctions. That's a big game changer in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. Okay, so this is the other side of that. We'll put the bay platforms in as well. Geometry. Just check that they are indeed connected. I'm just debating in my head as I'm doing this how freight's going to work, because one of the ideas behind all of this, again, I don't know why I keep these things a secret, but I might as well reveal it now. Let me just finish this one bay platform here, and then I'll know what I'm doing for the next one. But yeah, this is going to be a mega interchange. So Haltwhistle is the major interchange on the east side of the map. This is the major interchange on the west. But arguably it's going to be even bigger. So, I'll pin that again. Essentially, this is going to be the new mail terminal. This one here will get decommissioned. So this station essentially is going to get moved to over here. All mail trains will come through the Y or through the central station. They'll follow this around. They'll come through here and then they'll come over to here. If they're coming in from the south, what I'm tempted to do is find a way to turn them around, but it might just be a case of they come into a reversing siding and then reverse into the sorting center. So the branch line here is going to come around this way. The main line, I think, is actually going to come this side, and then this will sit right in the middle of that triangle. There will be no connections from the main line up this way. That's what this station is for. You could already see how this will be reconfigured to fit. And then what that does is opens up the main line running this way, probably where this station is right now. And I think when I built this, I said it's going to get moved in the future, because I realized I'd actually built it across where I wanted it to go, because the new Upfield station is going to be built elevated on this side of town. It might even be further this way to be up on this hill. And then the main line will come this way through this valley, and that will hopefully negate the need for it to climb up this weird track here, and it will save time. The iron ore trains, which run from here, will continue to use this old line, but there will be a connection now from the steel mill to the main line here. This will obviously all get quadrupled as well. You can see how it will work for Stowmarket, or at least Stowmarket. Oh, that is Stowmarket. This is Stowmarket Town. This station will require a rebuild, and then yeah, 4-track main line that comes all the way down, and then finally Towcester to Haltwhistle will be connected via 2 separate routes, which it technically already is, but it'll make more sense. These bay platforms, by the way, are also to be used for trains on the main line, so that's kind of why they're not hugely curved, but they are somewhat curved. And I'm tempted to put another set of bay platforms on this side to make up for that as well. Is it just me, or does this look like it goes to the right slightly before it turns left? I'm fine with it if it does. Just look like it. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe I'm just seeing things. Alright, let's get this second bay platform in, and then I need to decide what I'm doing about this other set of platforms I just talked about, because obviously that will require a bit of a fiddle around. And then yeah, where's the goods going to go? Because the plan was to have the goods station connected to this, as in all be one structure, but with the number of tracks that we're currently putting in here and the number of platforms, I'm starting to think that's not going to be feasible. So we might have to put a goods station down here and then maybe try and connect them together and hope that it connects through. If that works, I will be elated. but I'm not getting my hopes up. I'm also just going to quickly check something on my OBS settings. Yes, good. I couldn't remember turning back on the main audio track, which means you'd have been watching this in silence because you wouldn't be able to hear me, which would be very annoying. Massive amounts of swearing would commence. Okay. So if I was to build a second pair of bay platforms on this side, what that would mean is something else would have to go over here. We could just use it as loco head shunt or something like that, but yeah, it wouldn't have been ideal. Just while I can as well, I'm going to connect these. Like so, and I'm going to have a go at making this. So I think if I build these straight across, I think I've shown this design before, but I'm going to try and use it here for the first time. So it's going to be this across, as close to... Actually, the first thing I want is some signals. Some gantry signals. No overhead, no one way, and no auto sig. So I don't want one in the middle there. I just want one on the platform tracks. How far are these offset by? Oh, way too much. Yeah, no, ignore that. Same thing on this side then. That, ignore that one, and that. And then that marks out our space. So I'm going to put the gantries in. Great Western, old style, center span of 3. Please be easy to place. We probably don't even need the gantries once everything else is done here, because we're not done with decorating this station yet either. Oh, come on. It's always just finding the snap point. Behave. Turn around this way. There. Right, now I know my space. So it's actually technically going to start from underneath each gantry. Like that. Sweet. Sweet. Now will this work? Yes. Boom. It's messy-ish, but it works. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm very happy with that. And that's how our station is going to look. So the same thing will be on this side as well. And that will allow, essentially, 4 trains to use 2 platforms. Which is pretty neat, if you ask me. And this junction here is going to make that even easier to implement with the main line and everything. It's all very nice and very lovely. Excellent. While I'm here as well, I might as well rename the station, because it's not going to be called Towcester West. It's going to be called Towcester... Oops. Interchange. Which I think was a name that would have been back then. Maybe not. This definitely looks like it comes to the right slightly before it curves around. And actually, this side here, this platform, looks like it goes to the left slightly before it comes around. Again, I'm fine if it does. It's just, it looks like it, which is really weird. Confusing. Right, so yeah, these bay platforms here are going to be used for terminating trains. So eventually, this line here is going to be redirected into those platforms. Because I think, right now at least, we're going to have a separate service that starts at Scarborough and runs down to Towcester. So we're going to have 3 lots of passenger trains running. That could be the way to go. We'll see. Right, I'm going to go away and put a cut in here and redesign the rest of this station, because I'm looking at the time and seeing how long we've got left, which isn't much. So I'm going to, go away, design the rest of this, and I'll talk you all through it again in just a moment. Alright, a considerable amount of time later, and we have this, which I think works. I think. I haven't finished it yet. There's a lot of stuff still that hasn't been complete, including connecting up this, which is the freight terminal. Yep, spelled it right. Good. But for the most part, yeah, I think we're in a position now where we can start looking at severing the old connection and adding the new. This is going to be fun, but not necessarily in a fun way. So I think the problem I've got is at Uckfield. I think I need this line here to snake a lot more. Oh man, look at that. There's so much mail there as well. That's really annoying because I'm about to remove that one too. You'll notice that I've left a little branch here, and this is going to be the mail connection. So over here, I'm going to build the sorting center station. I don't know how it's going to connect yet. I'm almost tempted to build a dead-end mail cargo station with a curve in it, and then have it cross the road that way. Maybe that's a good idea. I'm also looking. Yeah, I'm going to make some changes over here too. So bear with me on that. So first thing I'm going to do is this side. Yeah, I know. Tick, tick and all that. Let's see. Oh god, no. There we go. You're going to come out like that, and then you're going to do this, and then you're going to do that. Okay, that's that reconnected. We're then going to remove this road here. As you can see, I'm actually quite happy about this. I haven't spent a huge amount of money, which is quite rare for me when I'm doing a rebuild like this. Alright, we're going to upgrade all of that. I think this track is going to remain as is, so this is fine. Sorry, good citizens of Towcester, your town is very much under reconstruction right now. And then that. You also notice I've laid out some roads in and around here. I have also connected this side up to the Y. It's just the other side that still needs to be done. But you can see now how Towcester's going to look. It's very much surrounded by rail. There will be suburbs and stuff outside the rail as well. But yeah, for now this is what it looks like. So I'll talk you through what I've built. Obviously we've got the station here, the interchange. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 platforms, which is pretty good. In terms of directionage, let me face north for this. So this platform here is exclusively for trains coming in from the Y. It can also be used for trains heading out on the Y. But that's mainly going to be this platform here. This platform is also going to be used for both. And I've just noticed, as I'm talking there, that I haven't actually connected this up properly. So that's good. It's the old rubber duck principle again, isn't it? How the hell am I going to get this to work? I think this might have actually been one of the problems that I had. I've had lots of problems building this. It's taken way too long. So maybe we've just got the two platforms then. Using the Y. One in, one out. That actually also works fine. Nothing wrong with that. If you say this one here is for trains heading south, this one here is for trains heading east, I guess. There is a crossover here that connects it all up. So I guess that's fine. We've also got the bay platforms here. They're used for the Y. They're also used, or they have a connection to the main line as well. These bay platforms do have a connection to the Y, but they're predominantly going to be used by trains from the main line. And then this side here, slow on the outside, fast on the inside. Oh, and as for this one, fast on the inside here, and then slow is going to be this one, and I guess this one too, just for combination. And then we've got these bay platforms here, which are predominantly, again, for the Y, but there is a connection to the main line. Right. The problem I've got right now is actually connecting this side up without interrupting the existing line. And the biggest issue is this. This connection here is significantly higher than the line below, and I know for a fact that this line here was a real arse to build the first time around, and I say that with a lot of respect for my existing builds, but my god was this a pain. So I think the only thing I can do is hold my nose and just dive in feet first and hope for the best. I've got an idea as to how I want this to look for now, but this is very much a temporary measure until the rest of this is all up and running and ready to go, and then of course it will all change. So we're going to have 2 lines interrupted by this, which is fine. But hopefully this will all sort itself out. So first of all, this here is, yeah, main line in this direction. Now, if I could just connect this up. Ooh. Hello, game. Ah, making a bridge, that's why. Yeah, that's not going to happen. So we're going to have to do some slaloming, which is fine. Full slope down, please. And then we'll come out this way. I really hope this works. I'll be so annoyed if it doesn't. Oh, it's actually very close. It's very, very close. So we're going to do it like this. And then here, I'm going to remove the road temporarily. I'm sure that did throw up more errors, but I've got so many right now that I probably wouldn't have even noticed. Right, and we're going to do this, but I need it to be like 50. And we don't want a tunnel, we just want a cutting. That's fine. Now we're going to remove all of this, including train, I'm afraid. Like this. Like this. Where's the connection? Connection's all the way over there. So we're going to have to remove. So now is this direction. I have to do some selling and rebuying of trains as well, because it's going to be a pain otherwise, and that's not how you do that, Mark. No, actually, no, I'm not going to do that, because some of these trains are named. Actually, a couple more should have been named. I realised, every time I record an episode, I realise, oh, I have new members and Patreon supporters, and I should probably, you know, add them. I always forget. So apologies if you're still waiting for your name to be included. It is coming, I promise. Right, you're the right-hand side here, so this needs to carry on coming down like this. Again, 50 miles an hour is my speed of choice. Can we connect up yet? Too much slope. It must be really close though, right? Yeah, that's agonizingly close. If I was to build it just out like this. The annoying thing is Uckfield and all of this is going to get rebuilt soon. So this is going to become very redundant very quick. But for now, oh, for God's sake, Mark. For now, it's going to have to be like this. Right. 50 maximum downage. My word. I think this, hopefully, yes. Whew. As I said, this is all temporary. Ignore basically all of this right now. This is literally here just so we can get trains running. Right, like that, and then all of this around like this, and like that. Cool. So, yeah, basically what's going to happen now, we're going to build these out like so, and we're going to build this one out like so. I'm then going to grab probably this line here and do this with it. Yep. And then I'm going to do this with this one. Actually, do I want to do that? Maybe not all the way across, but some of the way across for sure. Maybe you come across 2 lines, although I've already done this not right, so we'll start this again. from here, you're going to curve in like that. Yes. And then this is going to curve in like that. Yes. We do need to do the opposite. I think. Something across like that in a moment. Maybe. Maybe not. This one here is definitely going to branch off and do this. We could break off here and cross over. Really? Come on, game. Oh, come on, game. So I was literally looking at it just then. Okay, we could do that. That's for departing trains. Now this is also going to form some of, if not the majority of, the crossovers coming out of this station. I think. Yeah, I've not built this very smartly, have I? Tell you what. This is why everything's temporary right now. Because I reckon one more crack and I can get this. I think the biggest issue is these tracks here need to come round more like this. And then from this, we can swoop out like this. What's the speed limit there? 30, 33, 32. Yeah, that's all fine. Now this double slip here is going to be an absolute pain, but it might not be the end of the world. If we then build a crossover like this, that's that side done. Yeah. Still not majorly happy with it. If at all happy with it, to be honest. How do you do this? That's the question. How do you do this? I think ultimately all of this needs redoing. We need it to come in at a more gradual angle. So basically you need to follow this line. Except it won't let me do it. So I guess we'll just do it like this. And then over here somewhere. There. That's probably it. And then I've forgotten how this looked now. This was a crossover here, wasn't it? Although we'll come back to that in a second because this line here is going to run out to something like this. Then this is going to connect across to this one. And that's going to be a double slip. And then these two no, still not happy. Sorry everyone. I know this is using up a lot of time. I'm going to leave that double slip. But what I'm going to do is change this again. So I think what you're going to do is just run into this track here. Something like this maybe? Now can I build something from here that comes around to there? Yes. And the speed of it is actually pretty good. Now if I was to build this out to over here, that's also pretty good. Now if you curve in, I guess like that, this one is going to come across like this. That's... there we go. Okay. And then we're going to have one more crossover here. Like this. Okay. This line here is just going to cut in In fact, both of these I think can just do that and that. Yep. That's then going to be a double slip. That's going to be a double slip. So that allows that to cross over, that to cross over. So we need one more set of crossovers, which I think, if I do here like I did on the other side, so you're actually going to be more like this shape. And you're going to be a double slip as well. And then on this side, you're going to be more like this. The reason we can get away with that is because we don't have as many signals on this side. Right now, of course, it's just the center pair of tracks that are being used anyway. But there's going to be no signals here, so we can get away. Yeah, okay. One more thing that's missing. Actually, no, it's not missing now, is it? No, we're good. It would be cool if we could get this one across. I mean, we could do it straight like this, which I think actually it was already doing. So, yeah, that's a mistake by me again. If I could squeeze a line through there, that would have been awesome too, but never mind. So just to check now, from the outside here, it can go all the way across here and then across here. Now here, yeah, it can't access all of the platforms anymore. But if I was to somehow get this back in, there we go. Now it can access 6 of these platforms. And from these 6 platforms, it can also access the Y, which is what we really wanted here. Excellent. Right. Final stage of this part of the build then. We need to remove this road completely because it's just going to be a distraction. What is that industry? Have I turned the things off? No. Oh, there you go. Right, it's a machine shop. Okay, that could be useful to have one day. We're going to just, yeah, take this right the way back like this. And then from here, you are going to connect to that. You are going to connect to that one, like that. The mail platform here is going to connect in, I guess, like this. Actually, no, before that, we need to get these 2 lines in. What did I do over here? They just connected in. Ah, okay, I see. I can't really do it. Whoops. Can't really do it off this now, can I? Because of the, yeah. So it's going to be more like over here. You're going to do that. You're going to do that, which is... That looks weird. Why does that look weird? There we go. And then, yeah, you're going to connect in like that. Okie dokie. There is going to be a crossover here, but before that, we need to get the mail track in, which is going to go like this. We need to put a signal at the end of the platform here, which is going to go like this. Excellent. And then finally, the crossover, which is going to be directly at the end of this one. If I can get it to 35, there we go. And you're only 32, annoyingly, but never mind. Okay. So I feel like another crossover here would have been smart, but the crossover takes place here now for running into that platform there, which makes me almost want to connect that up to, like, have another track run across like that. But again, oh, this is the reason I can't do that, which is fine. It is what it is. The other option was just to have this go into a single track, connected in here, and then have the crossover, which is still somewhat possible. Or even... why don't I just do that? Yeah, okay. I'll do this, and then here, you're going to do that. I guess... from here then, you could also technically do this. And then that opens up a couple more possibilities for running trains into platforms. Yeah, okay. That was a happy little accident, wasn't it? So we've now got single track here, running into another single track here, and then that becomes unidirectional here. Okie dokie. If I now put a signal... So I think we're basically in the end game now for redoing all of this. So that's now signaled. It's a little bit of a distance, but it'll do. Over here, I think what I'm going to do here is use a gantry, which has been my saving grace for the majority of this build, if I'm being honest. So I'll put a gantry signal there and a gantry signal there. Hopefully, I know I've already got it selected, but it's nice just to be able to fiddle around and stuff and not have to worry about losing it. Right. There we go. That's pretty good. If I do say so myself, that's pretty good. Right, what's the issue here now? That and that. Oh yeah, because you come this way now. That train and Uckfield to Towcester. Oh yeah, I never built this back. That'd be a smart idea, wouldn't it? Right, that's one less thing to worry about. Hopefully, yes. Awesome. This is now all connected. We need to do the signalling on this side too, of course. What am I doing with the crossovers and stuff here? Is there potential? Oh, there is a potential to have another line branch off to Middleton and follow the road. So yeah, what I'm going to do then is keep the gantries and stuff in place here. But on this side of things, I suppose we could just do the same thing, right? So you're technically a one-way signal, and you're not. I don't think that's lined up properly now, but never mind. Yeah, you're way off. It's really annoying when one lines up perfectly and then the other one just doesn't. I'm just going to have to live with that, aren't I? What way does the track go this side? That way, right to left. So we're going to do another right to left under here. Probably never going to be used, but it's there just in case. Right, signal. This one way, yes. Technically what I'm going to do here is auto-sig this from there. And that should... That's pretty close, actually. If I do it this way... Yeah. I'm actually going to leave that one in position. I'm almost tempted to leave this one in position as well, you know. Actually, what I'm going to do here, because I'm admitting now that I have made a small mistake here, I'm going to do that. And I'm going to put it level with this one. There we go. Okie dokie. So, how are we now going to do this? First of all, this line here, the PAX one. So what direction are we going? In Scarborough. So after Uckfield, we need to stop at Towcester Interchange. And we're going to come in on platform. There's a question. Let's say platform 2. But we'll have... Actually, no. We don't need a backup. Yeah, platform 2. That's fine. And then at Towcester Y... You need to come in on platform 2 as well. There we go. And then on the way back, Towcester Y, platform 1. Yep. And then here, you're going to come in to Towcester Interchange. And let's say platform, whatever this one is over here, which is 3. Do we still have pathing issues? It looks like we might do. I'm not entirely sure why. Something's not right. Or it's not telling me something's not right. It's just not displaying properly. That's weird. Toaster Y number 12. Oh. Because you need to be platform 1. There we go. Now is it displaying properly? Yes, it is. Excellent. Everything over here, yeah, it's somewhat okay. There's a little bit of a mix up here. I could probably fix that. If I took out this crossover here. But I need it there. Yeah, no, that's the dumb thing. I actually need it there. The other option is I make this a double crossover as well, but with that double slip there, it's going to just make things a little bit harder to do, isn't it? Right, so that's the first line done. The second line is the mail one. Oh, we need to build the mail station as well. Done. I thought this was a bit easy. How am I going to do this then? Let's go with... That doesn't fit, but that does. Excellent. So we're going to build you there. So the other option was to have it run parallel, like come round this way, or even here have this be a double slip. But then how do you cross over to it? Tell you what. Let's try and make this a double slip first before I commit to anything else. I mean, that works, doesn't it? Okay. Let's do that. And then here, you're going to run parallel for a little bit. Probably about to there. Reason being is this track here. It lets me select just the right one. Come on. Come on. Come on. I just need that little one there. It's this tiny little sliver. Ah! Alright, if I just do that, we'll build the crossover again. It's fine. So we'll do... that needs to come out further. There we go. And then please, game. It's actually not going to let me do it now, is it? In that case, why don't we just do a non... Like, build this first. And then just build this. Like that. That works, right? Sure. And then over here, we need to build... Technically, it's going to be this. It's going to be... Let's go 3 platforms. We don't need it to be massively long. 160 is probably enough. We need more of a curve, though, for sure. I'm also going to make this rusty tracks, because they're not going to be that used. 350? Something like that, maybe? Even more. Platform width can be way not that much. 300 is what I had it before, but to be honest, 300 is fine. I just got to make sure if I build it there, just want to make sure there's enough space to do what I want to do, which is to place. Yeah, I can't place one of those ones, but I can place one of these ones. Doesn't quite link up how I would want it to, but it does work. So maybe I'll just bite the bullet on that one. Right, now this is all in, we can get rid of this track here. which I don't think messes anything up. Nope. Good stuff. Right, so from here, somewhere there needs to be a level crossing. So let's have, I don't know, this line here be the main one. Technically, you're going to be a straight line here. Let's do it like, actually, let's do it like that. I just hate this gate being the way it is. Let's build the track first, and then we can build the rest. So you're going to run straight across. Like that. Actually, I want you flat where the level crossing is going to be. So we're going to have you, yeah, absolutely dead straight there. And then in like this. Cool. And then up. Okay. That's it. Good stuff. And then we'll put this one in here. This one in here. Level crossing is going to go there. So we'll get that in. Whoops. Yeah, that looks hideous. Let's do it like that. To be honest, we don't really need to go to town too much on how this looks, do we? I'm tempted to leave it as it is, but I think we are going to go with that still, just cause. Okie dokie. So now we need to reroute this line. So you no longer go down to Uckfield Central, because Uckfield Central doesn't exist. From Rugeley, I guess the East Hedge Shunt. Oh yeah, I need to rebuild this. I'm going to do it off camera. I'm just going to make it a one-way thing again, like we've got over at Nailsworth. So we're going to remove the West Hedge Shunt. But I'm going to do that off camera. So you come into Rugeley, Rugeley Hedge Shunt, and then from here you're going to come up to Towcester Mail Platform. There we go. And then from Towcester Mail Platform to Towcester South, and then back to the Mail Platform. And then I guess from there back to Rugeley East Hedge Shunt, where again, no loading, no unloading. I think there's a way of doing this, isn't there? It's like 1 in, 2 out or something. 1 out, 2 in. You don't need to go in there anymore. Okay. Make sure that on the way out here, you are dropping off, well, nothing. You're picking up unsorted. And then here, you are dropping off unsorted. And you are loading sorted. You've also got all platforms available. And then here, you are dropping off sorted. Not that there's any right now, but yeah. Cool. That's it. That's this episode done, everybody. It's a very long one. I think it's like well over an hour now. We do still need to sort out some trains, I believe. Although they might sort themselves out. I have a horrible feeling. Where's the one? This one. Yeah, I had a feeling you'd do that. Let's very quickly just connect that to that. Come on. There. Turn around. There we go. So you're going to head to Towcester. You're going to have nothing on board right now, but eventually you will. Once you've cleared, which... Oh, I haven't signalled this, so I could have just turned you around. That's fine. In that case, I'm just going to leave you there for a sec. Wait till you've cleared this whole section, and then I'll put the signals in. Excellent. What else? I'm sure there was something else very important that needed doing. Can't think of what it was. Eventually, again off camera I might even do this, or we'll start the next episode doing it. I'm going to get the freight running in here. I never even showed this off properly. We've got 9 platforms here, tracks. There is a street connection thing enabled on this. Originally I wanted it to connect through the passenger station here. This was originally a truck stop. As you can see, it's now Towcester bus station. The reason it's Towcester bus station is because it wouldn't connect. So I need to build a big freight hub down here and we'll connect it up. I also had roads that went around the perimeter here. None of that has remained because none of that worked, which is very annoying. But the main thing is Towcester is now ready for the massive expansion of the network that is about to take place, because, believe it or not, all of this is just preparing for extending the network south. So from Haltwhistle and now from Towcester, we have the ability to make this rail network go a lot further, which is very exciting. Right, where are you going? You're heading towards Nailsworth. No, you're not. You're heading towards Towcester South as well. What are you? You're a passenger train, so you're fine. Yeah, okie dokie. And I think you are the first train to arrive at the new Towcester, which is also very exciting. I don't think we have any passengers waiting here yet. We do not. The other thing I need to do, which I'm going to do now, is extend this bus. So let's put pause a sec, move that, and then do this and this. So packs here. When you get to number 3, you're then going to come over to here and then back to number 3, like so. That works for me. Towcester bus station, you can go in 4 and 5 just to get the turnaround. Yeah, excellent. This is all sorted out. I don't know what this is doing with the streets here, but yeah, fine. We can have a few different bus routes coming through here now. We can have one to the south, one to the west, one to the north. We need to connect this up again. Might as well do that quickly because I'll forget. I need to wrap this episode up. It's gone on for way too long. The main thing is it's all working. Everything is fan-dabby-dozy. I'm very, very happy. It's just awesome watching all of this come together so well. I say so well. Well enough, let's just say. I'm sure there'll be people out there who are still like banging their head against the desk thinking, why the hell did he build it like that? The answer is, I make it up as I go along, believe it or not. I know that might come as a shock to some people, but I genuinely start off most of my episodes not quite knowing what the end result is going to look like. But it's part of the excitement. There we go. Still haven't actually connected the industry mark. That's what you were building this road for. With the road layouts and everything in place, there will be a road that hugs the inside of this track here as well. It'll all start looking a lot nicer. If I check the destinations now, things should still be okay. Yep. Middleton. Yeah, we need to connect Middleton up. So that'll be a future task. From the Y, we'll have a branch that comes down here to Middleton. And we can also have a little goods train that goes down there as well, which will be quite exciting. What are you? You're that. You're that. You're that. I guess the mail train is the problem here, but I don't really know what to do about that. Yeah, that's going to be a tricky one. Anything else? Yes, timetable. I'm going to do that off camera though. Thanks very much everybody for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and of course if you're enjoying the series so far, drop those comments down below with ideas for future episodes. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to the channel, thank you for your continued support. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and until next time, I will see you soon.